So here's my question, because I hear this all the time, and you sort of just, with an insinuation sensation, did it moments ago. And thank you. It's good to have Grandy back. Here's the thing. Warriors need to make a trade. Warriors need to trade Draymond Green. And maybe Andrew Wiggins, too. It is time for a trade. Here comes the trade deadline.
They need to make a deal, Mark.
Warriors need to make a deal.
36 days away. This roster, as it sits, they're going nowhere.
Okay.
They need to make a trade.
Drum roll.
They need to make a trade. Mike Dunleavy.
What's the trade?
Oh, there's many trades.
There's no trade.
There's tons of trades.
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Draymond go bye-bye.
Okay, Draymond go bye-bye.
Draymond go bye-bye.
Guess what else go bye-bye? It already went bye-bye. I want to know, this is my question.
Draymond to the Lakers for Austin Reeves.
Which does what?
It changes the vibe, and it gets you a cost-controlled guy who can actually score the basketball.
And, by the way,
a good young scorer who's fallen out of favor with Darvin Ham.
No doubt. There's a huge standoff going on in LA as well. Austin Reeves and Darvin Ham. I did not have that on my bingo card. But the point is, what is the point of the trade? Because what I hear from Warriors fans is we got two sides of the mouth, and we're using both of them right now. Take it from somebody who talks too much. You got to pick one side of the mouth, and you got to go with it. Here's the problem. I'm hearing two things. Play the young guys. Okay. Make a trade. Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to win a championship? Is that trade for Steph Curry? The trade is to prolong the greatness of Steph Curry, which is in stark contrast with the idea of play the young people. And by the way, nobody with any of their trades ever stops to go, why the hell would the other team want to do that? If I hear Pascal Siakam one more time, the Toronto Raptors do not want Draymond Green. What the hell would they do that for?
You think the Lakers want Draymond Green?
Maybe.
Yeah. So that to me is where we start.
By the way, the Lakers are going to have to give you a lot more than Austin Reeves. Do they want to do that?
You can flip them Moses Moody because you don't play Moses anyway.
Now they've got to give you even more.
Moses only makes about, $3 million, $4 million?
Draymond makes double of what Austin Reeves makes.
The deal could be worked out. There's a workable deal in there that can be made. And I think when you look at this situation, this roster is not good enough to win a championship. So
neither will the post-trade roster.
Let's just think about it in terms of this team. Forget a trade. This team this year with what they have, with Andrew Wiggins not playing very well, Klay Thompson sporadic, he's up and he's down, and Gary Payton II now out for what they say several weeks with a hamstring after he already had a calf. So you might not see him until late February or March. His season might be over. So now you're going to play the young guys. So this team this year, probably not good enough to win a championship. So you bring everyone back next year. Chris Paul, probably not, but you can't replace him because you want to get below that second apron. So you bring back Steph, Clay, and Dre. Next year, you're not a championship team. And you have Wiggins again and Kevon and the young guys and whatever draft pick that you're able to maintain. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're not maximizing the Steph Curry window.
But you won't be doing it that way either. Like that's my question.
You'll be doing something though. You might be better.
But that's dangerous. To me,
you know what's dangerous is 3 more years of will Draymond punch another opponent.
But why don't you wait and see?
Because I've seen enough, Mark. I'm done.
But that doesn't do anything, though.
It does if you get a player who can actually play basketball.
But the same thing is being done with the Giants right now. And I get it. That's a different situation.
Yeah.
But we've now got 2 teams where the fan base is just screaming, just do something. Why? Because.
Well, the Giants are doing nothing.
Well,
so
fine.
There's no real comp there.
No, but there is a comp. My point is we've now got a fan base that doesn't even seem to care what the hell it is you do. They just want you to do something. And that's dangerous because that's wasted energy. What did John Wooden call it? There was a phrase that he used to use for it. And you're running around doing nothing. Like this trade that you all want to make, what's the point? I'm totally open to it.
The point is to get a 24-year-old guy who can actually play and score, who's going to be available. Because Draymond Green is not available.
Just because Bill Simmons said he's available, by the way, does not mean he's available.
No, but everything's hypothetical.
Sure.
All these trade scenarios, but we can Pascal Siakam ourselves for the next 36 days.
He's available. He's just not available for what the Warriors have.
OG Anunoby was available. But they didn't offer up the package to acquire him.
You can get Pascal Siakam. Understand that Kuminga is gone.
And Siakam's in a contract year.
Yes.
So he's going to walk.
You can get him. You just have to give up all the people that you actually want to see play right now. That's who you're going to have to give up. They're not going to give you Siakam for Draymond Green.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Of course not.
So, to me, that's my question. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'd like to know what's the point, because too many of these trade scenarios that I hear everyone throw out are just to satisfy your frustration. That's all I hear. You want Draymond gone. You even just said it, because I'm done with him.
Well, I've been done.
Right.
I've been done for a long time.
So the other team's on the phone and go, why do you want to give us Draymond? Because we're done with him. Well, we don't want him.
There are teams that do want him.
Maybe.
And a change of scenery might go a long way.
For 3.5 more years they do? For $100 million?
Well, let's think about the Lakers, just in terms of hypotheticals, because that's all these trade talks are. They're all hypothetical. So LeBron James is not going to retire at the end of this year. He's going to play at least one more year. I would bet he plays 2 more years after this year.
His son, you know that.
Exactly. Yeah. I made that call 5 years ago. I was the first one in America to make that call, and I stand behind it. You can go ahead and Google that. You can check my Twitter timeline. You can whop me all the way into tomorrow.
Keep whopping him.
Exactly. He will be the first NBA player to ever play alongside his son. He's 39 going on 29. So does he want to play with Draymond Green?
Maybe.
I would bet that he does.
Probably.
Draymond is the exact kind of player that LeBron would want to play with. Somebody who can be as tough and as gritty as he is and do all the grimy things that a 40 and 41-year-old LeBron doesn't want to do.
Listen, I am all wide open and listening, all ears, if somebody has something productive to offer. But all I hear is trade Draymond Green, I'm done with him. Well, that's not productive and not realistic, by the way. Now, the Lakers thing you're talking about, is that realistic? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Simmons said it on a podcast. It's a hell of a lot more complex than that, and I am no expert in terms of where the Lakers are with their relationship with Austin Reeves, who makes half of what Draymond makes. So I have no idea what the Lakers are thinking on this. But that's all I'm saying, is it sounds to me like too many of you are lined up, and it's not even just Draymond. It'll be Wiggins.
Sure.
Some of you are saying Clay. And I think that's important here, because you're picking all the people that you're just upset with.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good reason to make a trade.
Well, Clay is untradeable, in my opinion, at $42 million a year.
I disagree, because that's an expiring contract. That actually has value on the open market.
But only for a team that's looking to shed their own contracts, and you're probably not going to get, so you trade Clay, you're not going to get 2 really good $20 million players in return.
No.
You're trading your expiring $42 million contract for somebody else's.
Not necessarily expiring. They might want to get rid of their contract.
Right, but
somebody they don't want anymore.
Who are those $40 million players that are disgruntled, not gruntled? You're talking about Russell Westbrook.
What's Julius
or
Randle
James
make?
Harden.
What's Julius Randle make?
Probably 30, I would guess.
That feels like a team and a player. And I'm not even talking about fit with the Warriors.
Right.
I'm just talking about players who it feels like them and their team ain't really vibing anymore. That's who you would get. That's who you get, somebody like that.
Right. He's making 23.7 base. His cap hit is 26.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
Well, and it goes up. He signed a 4-year, $117 million deal, and this is, I think this is year 1 of that deal.
No, it's year
2.
I'm looking at it's year 2.
He's making 28.
He's
28.2.
All right, there you go. Draymond Green for Julius Randle. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's something that they would do for sure. New York.
I don't know.
I don't think. I mean,
neither do I. But that's what we're all throwing around. Trade him to Toronto. Trade him to, who wants He's
the Lakers want Draymond Green.
You don't know that.
Of all the teams out there, I would think the Lakers would be the most covetous of Draymond Green.
I don't disagree with your concept, but simply because LeBron and Draymond are friends does not mean that the Lakers
best friends.
Does not mean that the Lakers think that acquiring him gives them a competitive advantage. I don't know that, and I don't know that they've got anyone that they want to deal. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. We gotta get to a point of productivity, and I even mean that in terms of who are you acquiring? Who are you acquiring that is going to make you better? And is your goal to make you better now or to make you better down the road?
But it's now. And that's what everybody's talked about is maximizing Steph Curry's window.
So why are we yelling play the young people on the other side of our face? Because that's not going to maximize anybody's current window.
Well, I don't know who's yelling about that
Everybody
in terms of people who really want to win this year. And again, you can look at this roster, and if you play the young people or don't play the young people, this is not a championship roster. And we sit here on January 3rd, and you're a 500 team. You've been in and around 500 most of the year. You've beaten some good teams. You've lost to some bad teams. You've lost to some good teams. You've beaten some bad teams. You are mediocre. You smell like a 9 seed. So, you get in the play-in, and maybe the chef gets hot, and you win a game, and you wind up as the 8, and then you go to Denver, and you lose in 5, or Minnesota beats you in 5, and it's adios, muchachos, and where are we? We played the young guys, and we run it back next year, and here comes Draymond, and, next time he does anything wrong, he's out for 40 games.
By the way, that's true for whoever acquires him, too.
Yeah, but that's their problem.
Yeah, but they don't want that problem. That's what I'm getting at. Is there a team? Maybe. But, when we just spit that into the clouds, trade Draymond. What are we talking about? Who wants to do that? There is no line around the corner. The phone's not ringing by people who are like, who we'd really like? We would like the guy who is not even talking to you and does not show up at the facility and is one technical away from banishment. Boy, we'd love to pay $89 million remaining on that deal. That sounds awesome. Can we please line up all of our good young talent to send him to you so that you could send us that guy? Cool idea. Who's doing this?
A team that wants to win.
I mean,
a team that wants to win.
The Warriors don't want to win?
They do, but they've had it. They've won with him. Only 26 players in the history of the association have won more titles than Draymond Green. Huh? 26. And the majority of those are Boston Celtics. And then there are a few Lakers and Bulls in there. A guy by the name of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There are very few people who've won more than Draymond. So you get Draymond, and if he's on the court, it's a big if of late, you win games. Yeah. You win championships.
Well, then the Warriors would like to just wait and have him back.
Would they?
I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
That to me is the biggest question.
That's a big question.
And
to me, it feels like the ultimate time to wait. The people you want to trade right now are at their lowest possible value. And there's nobody who wants that. And there's nobody we're dying to get. And there's nobody that's going to turn this into a championship roster this year.
Well, you got 5 weeks.
Line all that up, and it tells me, wait till the offseason. Let's see what happens. Let the young guys continue to develop. Let's see if they can get a flow. Let's find out if he's going to come back and play. Is he going to play well? This does not, I know everyone's frustration and where it is. This does not feel like the right time.
Well, if you're just going to play the young guys and see what they've got, then don't even come back, Draymond. See you in October.
Maybe. That might be what happens. They're not even talking.
Right.
So maybe.